Welcome back to episode 7 of Best Served Cold. I didn't get it wrong this time. I was editing episode 6 and I was like, wait a second. Oops. I literally did, and I knew I was doing it. But alas, the numbers betrayed me. So let's just hop back into it. Maybe I'll do a quick refresher. What did I write down for my notes? Interrogate 3, figure out alibi, and then just a bunch of info and the coffee stuff that they like. But I think I got some... Yeah. I've got literally everything else. I just need to find the alibis for the last couple of people. And I really don't want to mess this up. So I'm gonna do another save that I name this way that it's very distinguishable. Fail. Redo for alibis. Because I think there is a situation where I can fail these, and I don't want it to be like an aviary attorney situation, you know? Like, I hope everything's pretty clear cut and I won't end up doing that, but I just want to get like a good ending, because apparently there are multiple endings. I have no clue any of the directions that are going on. Other than that, I was just checking reviews. I also saw a lot of Peter heads out there. Let's go gamers. But yeah, apparently there's multiple endings. I do not want to mess them up. And the achievements that are not hidden ones, I saw said get all of these cases right, and I would like to do that, actually. Okay. Oh, and I got my 5 unique convos eavesdropping achievement. Wendy, looking fabulous as always. Lighting up the room as always. Drunk as always. Wearing that same dress as always. Olivia, dear, I heard about your radio show. I can't imagine anyone better to advise people who have made bad life choices. You have so much experience. Oh no, the girls are fighting. Are we playing for blood tonight, Wendy? I'm wearing white. You're the Okay. These voices are way too similar. Bear with me. You're the only one who gives me any sport, Olivia. With the rest, it's like I'm a lion let loose among the lambs. Or a cougar. You are feisty today. I enjoy it. Do we retract the claws now, or should I bring up your history with... Let's not dance again, darling. We're both leads. And I'm not looking for a tongue lashing. Tonight, let's share a drink and a laugh. Now tell me, I saw you eyeing up Killian last night. Oh, I always keep my options open. Women like us, we need to be light on our feet. Okay, interesting. Possible other motive? Well, they did break up, so it wouldn't really matter, but... Like, girl, better taste. Hey, Hugo. I wish I could make him like a soda drink. Since I can't do anything. I don't know how he's ever gonna like me again. I could bring up trains. I can be like, hey dude, do you like trains? Yeah. Aw. Did I get any new evidence? Yeah, the dump stuff I don't think is very... Yeah, I don't think these are relevant. I might come back to him if I need to. I'm very interested in her appearance. With the meta-knowledge that there's apparently multiple endings. What's your deal? You're very cool. And I do love that her design is just notably, like, it definitely marks her as from a different era. Another day. I'm so glad work is over. Did I ever get you? I did not get you a drink that you liked. Have I? This is difficult because I really need to. Let me quick save. Because I really need to, unless there's something I can present that will make her happy. Which, wait a second. Maybe I'll do that. Let me, and I'll reload if I need to, but I think because when we were presenting shit to Peter, he got like a little, schadenfreude, knowing that Alina dumped Killian. I'm thinking maybe I can do that, and that'll make her a little happy. Let me get you a pirate's joy. Let me see. Hey, she dumped him. Does that make you happy? Here. Killian was a leech, and she was right to break things off if you ask me. You really dislike him, don't you? Oh, please. Is that what he says? I don't dislike Killian. I just think he's spineless, intellectually lazy, and too defeatist to apply himself to anything. It's not that he's without merit, but Alina could do better than a boy that's too afraid of his parents to develop any passions of his own. Harsh, but probably fair. Is there something, clues-wise, I can do to make you happy? I might have to reload. I'll try this and then I might... Oh, no. Okay, that was I'll read this and then I'll reload. You're telling me I tolerated months of that woman's condescension and it was all a lie? She's a monster. Yeah, let's reload. Yep. Let's try maybe this one. Okay, not this one. We will figure it out. Like I said, I gave myself cheating time. And this is my cheating time. We'll do an ambush. Anything that's not gonna knock her out. Yes! Perfect. I must admit, this tastes great. You should travel to a less backwards country and join one of those bartender competitions. Catch up. Okay, awesome. Can you tell me about Alina? She was like sunlight cracking the clouds. Without her, I just feel like... where do I even start? It's all so unfair. Maria hunches over her drink. A tear rolls down her nose and lands on the bar. I didn't realize growing up was just leaving things behind over and over. When my mom was ill, she said she hoped dying was like being a sleepy kid at a party. When you can't keep your eyes open, your dad lifts you to your bed, and listening to the laughter in the other room, you drift off to sleep. Alina didn't get that. Not fucking close. All she had was fear and panic. And when she died, her gasps didn't stop. They carried on. Inside me. I knew her, and I know how she felt at the end. Nobody knows me the way she did. And now she's gone. Let's catch up. Okay. Interesting. Broke down. These are true feelings. Someone who knows her well. I'm thinking that would possibly be... Who else? But Miss Spy. Miss Spy, it's good to see you. Love you so much. She is... I think she might be my favorite for this specific chapter. I thought it was gonna be Sandra, but she hasn't popped up. So maybe she'll come like near the end of the case, or maybe like in case 2 she'll be more relevant. I don't know, something about her design is intriguing. But I don't want to say anything. I'll just keep that in mind. But yeah, I think Miss Spy is my favorite right now. There she is. Okay. Do you come here for the drinks or the people? The people, if I'm honest. I miss the buzz of the tea terrace when it closes at 5. Though, truth be told, the buzz has diminished these last few months. What happened? I think it's the shadow of war. People need something stronger than tea to brighten their spirits. Right now, this speakeasy has all the light and life I miss. And the drinks? Do you like my drinks? Oh yes, nice enough. I'm not a big drinker, but I do love conversation. And nothing loosens lips quite as well as liquor. I was considering offering coffee to my patients too, though. But if I sell coffee, how can I keep conversations flowing? People don't sit and chat with coffee like they do with a big pot of tea. They drink the little espressos fast, then leave. Ooh, yeah, you should talk to Lucas. Yeah, you and Lucas, he would definitely know. Oh yes, the smartly dressed fellow who is always talking about crema or some such. That's a nice idea. Maybe I will. That's very true. They would get along so well. Tell me about, like, Maria. Is this true? This is how she feels? Because you're probably the closest to her. How much do I know about Maria? Well, certainly more than most people. She and Alina visited the tea terrace nearly every day, practicing chess, talking, laughing. In all my years, I have rarely seen a more close and intimate friendship. I would put my life on the line and testify against anyone who believes Maria has anything to do with Alina's death. It pains me to see her suffer so much on her own. All she ever needed was Alina, and now she's gone. Thank you. I figured, so... There's one alibi. But who's gonna cover for you? That's the issue. Because I trust you as well. I mean, you don't really have a motive. Maybe if I present this to, maybe if I tell Maria that she's vouching for her, she can vouch for, Miss Spy. Just so you know, she believes in you. Miss Spy is so kind. I've been wrapped up in my own feelings. I didn't realize how much she must have been hurting too. Oh, yeah. So... Wait, she has the book. You'll be able to tell me. Like... You think she was bringing back poisonous plants from her vacations? It sounds far-fetched, but I guess she has been behaving rather suspiciously. From what I remember from her boasting, I think she took another one of her trips not too long ago, too. Okay. And... Okay, interesting. I would need to know more. I guess this is difficult. Elena, love you, Elena. You're gonna be my bestie. She really is so cool. They were like, got Hugo's dork ass back. Now let's give you a real cool girl. So... it's not that I'm trying to find... I just need to figure out, like, how to clear her. Colorful history. You're basing your wild theories on speculation from the distant past? I will admit you've clearly put some thought into this, but you're making a very serious accusation here. And so, I see no need to hold back on sharing this information. When Fang left Huasha and entered Sara, I was in charge of investigating her background when she applied for a residence permit. What I found was not some fanatical, bloodthirsty assassin, but a scared young woman who tried to make her home a better place. After her permit was approved, a particularly vexatious Bukovi constable would pester me to check up on her again and again. I never found any dirt. I think he held some vendetta, or maybe it was plain old bigotry. In those 10 years, she never set a foot wrong. It's easy enough for someone from Huasha to become a scapegoat for whatever the Bukovi constabulary is cracking down on, but she never gave them an excuse to pull her up. She noticed my attention, and eventually we became friends. I regularly visited her tea house and her home. I don't need to remind you, at my age, I'm the very definition of old money. I always felt safe. If you're trying to make Fang the one who poisoned that poor girl, I can tell you right now you're wasting your time. It's probably Fang, but this time I will look this up when I do next session. Fang wouldn't bother with a young girl, and if she did, she wouldn't get caught. Yes, 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 yes. She's had plenty of chances to eliminate enemies, and she could have done so without repercussions, but she never did. The records of my investigation would provide a solid defense during any trial, and I would gladly provide them. Okay, so once again, we are at the point where we've kind of, we've gotten the album. That was quick. It's not even been 20 minutes. So, this might just be a situation where we have to, shop around, see if we want to give people drinks and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'll just yap a little bit. I'm sure there'll be stuff happening. As opposed to just cutting, because that's difficult. I'm trying to think, I understand Wendy's motive somewhat, but it feels like... was she... I mean, the killing is... oh, I guess kill because she's gonna get out of it and then expose Wendy. Is that probably the issue? She's going to expose her? That's what I'm thinking. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense, you know? But, I mean, the consensus seems to be that, you know, Alina's a very smart woman. She was not going to be held, to account for that long. And once Wendy lost, the ability to control her, she put herself on the line pretty hard for this. So, you have to clean up loose ends, I guess. I'm gonna give... I think I gave you yours. Yeah, let me see. And you don't take drinks anymore. I could just make him a soda float, but he won't let me. He's like, I can't have any drink from you, dude. I'm like... oh wait, I'm just gonna present this. I'm just gonna present everything. Interesting. A vengeful ex-boyfriend turning to murder is a tale as old as time, but I doubt this was a mere crime of passion. Perhaps getting cut off from Melina's wealth had some financial repercussions for Mr. Durand. See what you can dig up. I'll skip. I'll give you, like, the defenses. Considering Miss Bai herself as a suspect, she would have much to gain from incriminating Maria, leading credence to her defense. I would say this closes the book on Miss Popper for now. One suspect less to worry about. And clean record. A shame. The article was an interesting find, but this does clear Miss Bai of our suspicions. Whatever my feelings on Miss Ernest may be, I won't deny she's a thorough investigator in her prime. We can trust her due diligence. Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating? Interesting. He's nervous. He wants her approval. And she's like, shut up, man. Real. Me too. She's so cool. Yeah, I think this is just like, this case is very much cool old ladies. Cool old lady case. My bestie. And she does not like me, but I want her to be my bestie so bad. It's like when you're in school, you have like the two favorite teachers. One is like the no-nonsense one. At least me, as like an autistic kid, I loved a no-nonsense teacher because we got on very well. And then like the very sweet, like easy to get along with, like very gently like commanding sort of teacher. But yeah. I am gonna check the time stuff, and if I have to skip, I will. So I'm gonna timestamp right now. So it isn't just me yapping, but we might not need to skip anything. Okay, we have some eavesdropping. Let's eavesdrop. Oh, Fang, I'm so sorry about this morning after church. That wasn't very considerate of me, was it? I still owe you a cup of tea and biscuits. It's quite all right, dear. I wasn't in the mood for conversation anyway. Nor tea, actually, after everything that's happened. I was just surprised to see you storming past like that. Is everything all right? You still haven't told me what that was all about. Oh, it was really nothing of importance. Truth be told, I just exchanged some tense words with Father Lacey, and I figured a sufficiently dramatic exit was needed to make my words sink in, you know? Okay, this is probably to do with their differences in not to like theorize about future cases or anything, but there's definitely gonna be like there has to be that cult, Deus or Deot Irae, that's coming in. Olivia's coming in with like the sort of like sacrilegious, like anti-patriarchal sort of interpretation of the goddess, and then Father Lacey's coming back, and you know, he's kind of losing his religion. He's not the happiest man, but all he has left is like his authority on this, however tenuous. So I'm clocking it. It's gonna come back into play. I know it. It's so hard. Tell me you didn't quarrel with our priest, Olivia. You know how his nerves get. I've just about had it with him and his nerves. As you know, I am an upstanding, pious woman. I say grace before eating, I pray before bed, I attend church every week, and I confess to him my every sin. And what does the good father have the audacity to tell me today? I can only imagine. He tells me, Miss Carmine, you can't confess the same sins multiple times a month. You're supposed to be striving towards self-improvement. I won't keep pardoning you for impure thoughts and distraction every other Sunday. Never mind, this is funnier. Oh my. The cheek. Who does he think he is? I come to him on my knees, a humble servant of our resplendent goddess, with a heartfelt mea culpa, and he dares to give me that kind of holier-than-thou attitude? I mean, isn't he, technically? I ought to report him to the diocese for this. Diocese? Maybe they would send us another priest, or better yet, a priestess. And John Lacey can find a more suitable career as a dentist or an accountant or a sad clown or something. I should just confess directly to the goddess instead. I'm sure I'd be better off talking things through between us girls, so to speak, than counting on the father to be my middleman. I don't imagine Father Lacey would complain about that arrangement, at least. I love them. Awesome. Okay, we are about to enter the 16th day. I have a couple thoughts before we get into it. One is that for next case, it would be extremely funny if once again, Killian is somehow a suspect because this boy cannot catch a break. Rule of threes, he needs to be a suspect again because it would make me laugh. Like, he truly, it's like, unfortunately very suspectable. So that's sort of what I'm calling for. I'm also paying attention to like favorite drinks. Ambush is a very, considering Alina's was poison drop, which I thought was like, I should be thinking about that for everyone, huh? Considering Alina's was poison drop, I'm a bit concerned about Ambush being Maria's, unless it has something to do with chess. But I don't know enough about chess, but I'm keeping that in mind as well. Like the names of the alcohol. I'm also keeping in mind Perfect Storm is liked by both these two, so if you were the bartender first, you gotta let me know. You gotta let me know, okay? If you're lying to me, you have to tell me. It's illegal to lie to me. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Good evening, bartender. Let's go over the case. If you have anything for me, now's the time to share it. Here's my notebook with all my findings. Good. Based on these findings, who are we accusing? Wendy Brooker. Wendy Brooker? Why would a wealthy woman like her need to blackmail and kill Alina Dragos? She's not wealthy. Her entire life is a lie? Well, she definitely had me fooled. If she wants to climb the social ladder, she needs a steady stream of income without having to work. That's a solid motive to blackmail Alina. How do you believe she killed Alina? Lynxbane poison? Lynxbane? And someone saw her on a train headed to a region where it grows? That's a solid line of reasonings we can use to confront her. Miss Brooker is not the kind of person a conductor would forget. Finding evidence that she's traveled there before should be easy. Take a breath. Are you sure about all this? Once I submit this report to the Judicature... I fully went great. Ace Attorney mode. Judica. Things will be set in motion that cannot be undone. I'm confident. Very well. The machine will now be set into motion, so to speak. I hope my faith in you has not been misplaced. Good luck, detective. Hugo returns a few hours later, right as you're about to close at the bar. As Detective Mertens approaches the bar, you try to read his blank expression. Hugo looks pleased with himself, and with you too. The smile he wears seems out of place on his face. When I first walked down those stairs looking for help, I was following my gut. Seems I was right to trust my instincts. We presented every piece of your evidence to Miss Brooker. Every lie was debunked, every attempt to feign innocence was rebuked. Eventually she broke and admitted everything. Even at the end, she showed no hint of contrition. She genuinely believed she did nothing wrong. But she did, and you proved that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Well done, bartender. This investigation was certainly an interesting one. As thanks for your cooperation, I'll leave the nightcap out of my reports. But I think it's time I draw this little experiment to a close and return to some good old-fashioned police work. I have paperwork to do. Okay, interesting. You're not gonna fucking betray us immediately? Interesting. Until we meet again, bartender. Oh, okay. So, because I'm not a criminal, you're treating me better? Really? Really? Interesting. Interesting. It really is, like Peter was saying, where it's like, no matter what, you don't get out of it. You can't get out of it. As soon as somebody knows, you don't get lucky. You can't escape it. You can try. They'll just pull you back in. I mean, it feels like that tracks very much for what this story is going for. All right. Spill the tea and bring trouble. Okay, I got it. Case cleared. We did it. A few months later. 3. Oh. Not Olivia. Stavros Stone. Oh no, Olivia girl, we're gonna get you out of there. Here's to my love. He is gonna, no way he's not gonna be a suspect again. He is back. Is he here because he likes me the most, or is this just normal? I don't know how much the affection plays into things, honestly, beyond answers. Hello, this place still seems to be thriving. Evening, Killian. Thirsty? No thank you, bartender. Tonight I must return home without even a hint of alcohol in my breath. She must not know I was here. Who? My mother, of course. Who else? What did you do this time? Feel free to stay as long as you like. Yeah, I like this guy. He's really pathetic. Much appreciated. Tempting as it may be after recent events, I doubt my punishment will be reduced if my mother finds out that I also frequent an illegal speakeasy. I'm not sure I follow. Killian theatrically pulls out a newspaper from his coat and tosses it onto the table with an exaggerated flair. The headline faces you. Okay. I'll read this. Is your refrigerator running? If so, where's it running to? And how do you stop it? We at Sara today have asked our friends at Global Electric all the difficult questions about your fridge, so you don't have to. So, give me that. I don't care about the front page. Alliance troops move into the Eastern Peninsula in a surprising and worrisome act of hostility. Alliance recently allied itself with someplace. Moved its troops into the Eastern Peninsula. Okay, interesting. I mean, they're gonna put like this dialogue down here, so I'll just wait. Murder at the Opera. Famous opera singer and radio star Olivia Carmine was witnessed stabbing fellow performer Stavros Stone during the performance of a Dalliance of the Maverick. Oh. They fucked with her so hard. Dalliance, a tragic story of love and betrayal by famous writer Gail De Winter and directed by industry veteran Lawrence Sullivan. Lawrence Sullivan! Yes, I remember him. The... Fourth or sixth? I think that's fourth. Features a scene where Penelope, played by Olivia Carmine, stabs her lover Hercule Stone with a dagger. Whether this was an intentional attack or unfortunate accident with a malfunctioning prop, police are still investigating who is responsible for this tragic event. An attendee was spotted rushing towards the collapsed actor and attempting to help, but he seemed to fumble his attempts at resuscitation and was quickly pulled away by a staff member. I know who that is. Oh, buddy. Genuine medical staff. Rude. Oh, it's February 14th. That connects to the title. Interesting. We're talking about love in this one. It's gonna be all about love in this one. I can feel it. Arrived too late to help, and Stavros Stone was was pronounced dead at the hospital, with cause of death recorded as severe blood loss. Reporters have attempted to reach out to Olivia Carmine for comment. So far, she has not made a public statement, and all communication is being handled by her lawyer and public agent. Wow. Exactly. Though the newspaper article doesn't quite capture the sheer chaos and spectacle of it all. You were there? Yes, I was there to see Olivia. Fortunately, as the son of a doctor, I can stomach the sight of a little blood. Who do you think the brave individual rushing to aid the victim was, You didn't finish medical school, did you? Hey, at least you tried, man. It's nice to see someone recognize my good nature for once. The backstage person who pulled me away simply called me an idiot. I guess it mattered not. Stavros was dead in moments anyway. Killian avoids your gaze guiltily. You both know he made a bad situation worse, but it was probably a lost cause anyway. So why are you in hiding? How do you think my mother would react if her son was seen making a fool of himself in front of hundreds of people? Fortunately, I could escape through the backstage exit. Reese led me out and saved my blushes. I know I will have to face her eventually, but that's a problem I'd like to postpone as long as possible. It sounds rough. How long have you been avoiding home? Ever since the police interviews finished. I had some pocket money left to arrange a room at the Hotel Jubilee and pay for laundry services. Clara mentioned. Regrettably, I seem to have run out already. Honestly, I regret attending that damn opera. Having both leads die in the story is nothing but a pretentious attempt at to pull at some emotional strings. Seriously, who wrote this garbage? It says here, Gail De Winter? Whatever. The only good thing that possibly came out of this is that you may have found a new customer, bartender. The fellow or person, the stagehand that stopped me. We had a little chat after the questioning. Turns out they're the prop master. I told them they looked like they could use a drink and pointed them to this place. Their name is Reese. Thanks, I look forward to meeting them. My pleasure. Now then, I think it's time I went back home. I have a terrifying woman to face. May the goddess watch over you tonight. Okay, I like that Killian's our buddy. Hey! What's going on with you? I need to take a sip of my drink. You got a weird vibe going on, man. I don't trust you like this. You should be tormented by guilt. Hugo Mertens descends the stairs of the speakeasy and sits down at the bar with a level of confidence and comfort you haven't seen in him before. It's been quite some time since his last visit. You weren't sure if he would ever come back. Good evening, detective. Evening. I see this place is still up and running. Very good. Very good indeed. Things have been rather quiet at the station ever since we foiled Wendy Brooker's scheme. It was quite pleasant, actually. Unfortunately, it seems that situation's now changed. I take it you're aware of the situation with Olivia Carmine and the events that unfolded at the Maverick Opera House? Killian told me about it just now. I thought so. Is Hugo smiling? It doesn't suit him. Seems quite satisfied with himself. Yeah. Is this gonna be... You know what? It would be really funny if this bartender... I mean, I like to imagine, as a joke, until the narrative proves me wrong, I think... Sure, this is our blurbo, I guess, as a joke. Until I feel it sincerely, until I stop feeling like just sort of he will be our blurbo. You are forgiven, because I think it would be funny to ship this specific bartender with him, because our bartender's a weird little guy. They're weird. They're weirdo. Have you ever seen them without this stupid hat on? That's weird. Seems quite satisfied with himself, though. My initial investigation has already confirmed that several important people related to the case have been made aware of your establishment. Great, what do you need me to do? Right, about that. Well, circumstances are definitely chaotic. I've plenty of material to work with for once. I have a list of employees, direct access to the murder weapon, and over 100 witnesses to call upon. What I'm trying to say is that you're on the bench. It's time to leave the investigations to the professionals. You do your job and I'll do mine. Oh, is he lonely? Are you hanging out here because you're lonely? You don't have to come here. I mean, they are gonna be here, but... like... you know, if you have all that ability, you don't need to be here to do it. Yeah. What about the bar? I'd rather avoid that kind of unorthodox teamwork in the future if possible. And though this bar has had its uses, I can't guarantee its existence long term. We know what happened last time. I admit your insights proved helpful last time. We did apprehend the culprit together. I'm sure you'll find other ways to convince me that the nightcap should stay open. So for now, I have no plans to close it down. But I can't speak for the rest of constabulary. That's not reassuring. It's not my job to reassure you, bartender. It's my job to catch criminals. So that's exactly what I'll do. Now, it is only a matter of time before my suspects come to visit this speakeasy. I will be eagerly awaiting their arrival so I may question them further. All I ask is that you keep this place open and stay out of my way. I will tell you if I need anything more from you. You may yet prove useful to me after all, just not as an investigator. I understand. Wonderful. Now, with that taken care of, I'll be off to do some preliminary paperwork. I wish you a pleasant evening and we'll see you on Thursday. Good luck, detective. Weird. Weirdo. I can't tell if he wishes he could take it back or if he just doesn't. Like, his black and white morality isn't allowing him to see, like, the fucked shit he did in its... like, it feels like there's a moral, there's some kind of, like, tension between, like, his morals. Like, do you feel guilty about what you did to that person who is trying to do their best to operate, like, as close to, you know, like, legal means as they could, given their background? Like, at what point do you, like, what... like, this is just, like, you know, like, Yakuza Like a Dragon, kind of like the way people with these, like, clean black and white morality, like, treat people who operate in gray areas because they don't have, like, the freedom to operate, you know, the protections or the freedom or the ability even to operate like fully clean, you know? Like, it feels like Hugo, I don't know how he's reconciling all this. I think he's just ignoring it as best he can. And so that he doesn't feel guilty. He's like, we're not a criminal. So you're not a criminal. You're not a criminal bartender. You're doing something that is a crime. But it's not the same because I don't already see you as a criminal. Interesting. Maybe it's just the knowledge that we could get out of it, you know? But for the other person, for the other bartender who was trapped, for whatever reason, in like the criminal underworld, their attempt at like getting out of it and improving their situation wasn't enough for Hugo to stop seeing them as that. So, interesting. I don't know about this guy. Just have to... Hey, are they on a date? Hello again. Hey there, Lucas. Oh, it seems my old favorite is no longer on the menu. I'll trust you'll find something I can appreciate. Business still seems to be going well for you. Good to see you. The bank is dreadfully dull, so do you have any interesting topics to cheer me up? I want to know how they're going. Let's get the drinks. Coffee. Can do. Let me just do a regular save. Because I've heard the quick saves might mess up a little in this chapter from reviews. Oh, we got mint punches again. And poison drops. Let's give you a nice cold winter. Drama Queen's good. Oh, you might like an ambush as well. Oh. Who is drinking this? Ew. Oh shit, I got stuck. Oh, that's just perfect, thanks. Okay. Let me leave you for a second. I know this is probably annoying for other people. I just want to get all the drinks out of the way. Bjorn sits down at the bar with a tired sigh. After a moment, he sits up properly. Evening, Bjorn. Good to see you, pal. It's been a long day. Is everything okay? I suppose so. Someone I work with passed away. We weren't close, but it's a real shame. Sorry to hear about that. Ugh, that's life. I'll drink a toast to him, I suppose. Like how the drinks change here, just like the people. Just something simple and strong, perhaps a slice of lemon. Interesting. That be an evening prayer, seems like a good one. Any others with lemon? Probably not the femme fatale. Just because that's not particularly strong. Royal flush is very strong, but then you'd leave. I think it's gonna be the evening prayer, probably. Tastes like the Angles. Angel share. And Scotcha. That's the best bit of whiskey in the barrel. Lovely. Okay. I'll come back to talk to them about stuff. I bet Vincent. And it's good to start with Vincent anyway, because he and Olivia are friends and he's probably super worried about her. Vincent sits down on the stool. His usual jovial attitude has been displaced by suspicion. He gives you a knowing look. I noticed Officer Blue Eyes is frequenting our little haven again. Is everything between the three of us still, you know? Hugo told me to sit this one out. Ugh. First he threatens us to get our help, and now he wants to go solo. Doesn't surprise me one bit that the country is in shambles when we have such fickle figures in charge of our security. I think he has something to prove. I take it his investigation regards Miss Carmine's accident on stage? The very same.
Wonderful. The great Detective Mertens is in charge of investigating a simple case of negligence. And to think, his wage is funded entirely by the Sarin taxpayer.
That's some serious negligence.
Look here. The Carmine family has a long and storied history, producing some of the finest members of society in Bukovi. A single conversation with Olivia would convince anyone she's innocent in all this. The expression of horror on her face. That poor girl.
Did you attend the opera that night?
Of course. How could I miss Lawrence Sullivan the fourth?
Fourth or sixth?
Grand finale, written by the legendary Gail de Winter no less. And with Olivia performing, there is no chance I'd let a cultural landmark like this evade me. Let's hope Detective Mertens can quickly throw whoever was responsible for the mix-up into prison. Then Miss Carmine can grace our little speakeasy with her presence again.
Let's hope so indeed.
The comeback is always greater than the setback. Words to live by. Now that we have that out of the way, how about we discuss some lighter topics this evening?
Good idea. Who are our best customers, Vincent? Yeah, interesting. Have these changed at all? Do I like you? No. No, I don't. I'm saying in character. The character does not. I think. Let's see. Old favorites no longer available. I haven't managed to find a supplier that stocks decent red since our old one had their run-in with the law. I did develop a fondness for olives recently. Oh, you like the gross drink. You're gonna love this. Oh, tank. Cool.
Delightful stuff. A taste straight from the age of prosperity.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to pause for a moment because I have to very quickly do something. But I will be right back with this game. So I will be gone for some time. You guys will not know. And we can, well, let me check stuff before I have to do my things. Yeah, I might not press him on it because he already saw it and he already spoke about it and I don't want to make him in a bad mood. But I might ask the two in the background about that since they don't seem to be involved. Maybe they'll be involved next case. Or maybe they're just like, I don't know. I don't know what their deal is. They're just there to be pretty for me. In particular. But yeah, I will be right back in an amount of time that is undisclosed. Okay. I am back. I probably should have grabbed myself a drink. I will get one at one point when I need it. Okay, let's see with Vincent. Do I want to ask him? I thought I didn't want to ask him because he just mentioned it. I was gonna ask them. Okay, let's ask. We don't have much in terms of options, do we? I gave him one of his drinks that he liked. Are you happy with the bar?
Certainly. I mean, there's always room for improvement. But on the whole, I think we are doing a splendid job together. I wonder though, do you have any ideas for making this place more welcoming? More exciting? I feel like it is missing something, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Like what?
I don't quite know. Please throw out some suggestions. I will not be judgmental. Just off the top of your head, there's no wrong answers.
Billiards table, live music. Snacks would be nice. Like, people are eating, yapping, hanging out. I mean, these are just like too risky, and we don't want to become gamblers. Snacks.
Perhaps. I do not think we should confuse our customers as to the purpose of this venue by cooking ourselves, though. We could partner with a local business. Unofficially, of course. If we were to have a complimentary selection of treacle tarts, shoe buns, or even a jar of pickled eggs, I shall think on it. Well, I suppose I encourage you to share openly, so I thank you for your input. I shall ponder on this and take your ideas into account.
Alright, Vincent. That's a good idea. Who are our best customers, Vincent?
You mean in terms of contributing to our income or ambiance?
Ambiance. I'm sure it's Olivia.
Well, if you counted me as a customer and if I paid for my drinks, I would be a strong contender in both categories. But I have to say Olivia Carmine is the real frontrunner in both races. Though she jokes about free drinks, she always settles her tab and her constitution is formidable. She can not only drink all night, but she lights up a room with her conversation too. Her fame lends our establishment glamour. I am confident people come just to see her. It is sad, therefore, that she is experiencing such scandal right now. Let us hope all this negative attention due to the accident in the Maverick blows over soon.
Olivia's your choice then?
As a customer, she is beyond compare. But are you asking me something else?
Yes? Yeah, I wanna know. I wanna know who your favorite is, Vincent. Let's goss.
What exactly? Are you perchance asking who my favorite guest is?
Yeah.
The guest whose presence sets my heart aflutter. The guest who I hope to see every time I come down those stairs. The guest who, above all others, brightens my day. Yes!
Person I have the most respect. Oh, interesting.
Have a guess. I'll give you a clue. It is not Olivia. I wonder how well you know me now. Who do you feel I most want to see in our secret little haven? Who is the person I have the most respect and admiration for?
Me? Okay. Lucas Crown. Who the hell is that? Oh, it's you! I forgot your last name, Lucas. Sorry. Eleanor. Ernest. I think it's Fang Bai, but I'm gonna say it's me. I'm gonna say it's me, and you're gonna be like, oh, stop that, you. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. It's very important that I make it about me. Okay. It's very important that you admit that I'm the favorite person to see. He really is gonna be like, be happy with the bar. Let's get the drinks. Not the drinks, the snacks for the drinks. Ambiance. Okay. Olivia's your choice. Yes, yes. It's gonna be me.
Oh, wait. Oh, you were being serious.
No.
Forgive me. What a confident assertion to make. Well, I've certainly grown accustomed to you, somewhat. But so I've been, bartender, there are others that here I have known longer and thus hold a deeper affection towards. Perhaps one day I shall share who I like best. Or maybe with time it will become obvious. But this is silly talk after all, so let us discuss other matters.
He doesn't want to joke with me. I'm literally just joking around with you, buddy. Like, can we not, like, goof and gaff at each other? Must you take me seriously? I glue pennies to streets and watch people try and pick them up. I think Lucas and Bjorn are getting close.
Yes, indeed. Lucas is a fine young gentleman. He's from a good family and he's a positive member of the community. He once arranged a bank loan for Amelia's bakery when they were on the edge of bankruptcy. I don't think I could survive without her lemon drizzle. And of course, it's not just about my sweet tooth. That's a fine, decent thing he did to support a small business in the city. And Bjorn, well, the good thing about me, as you know, is I don't judge people based on their background.
Of course.
So Scotia may be a rugged and inhospitable country, but that doesn't mean the people are inhospitable, though he certainly is intimidating. And rugged, have you seen the size of those arms?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Lucas really does deserve the best, and Bjorn is certainly from a different social class. Regardless, I hope he is a hearty but kind man. That's what I can gather from seeing him around town anyway. I wonder, do you agree with my assessment?
I think he's a good boy. He's a good man.
Yes, good. Very good. I am fond of Lucas. I'm glad you approve of Bjorn. Seeing them together, it is like a bird with a bear. A funny sight, but a heartwarming one, I feel. And they got closer here at the speakeasy. What a little haven we have created together. I just hope Bjorn is able to adapt to Lucas's higher position in society. It's getting late. I'll be back, but if I don't return tonight, don't forget to lock up.
Bye. Was that added? That was just added to mixed feelings. I understand. He feels... Look. He's got a weird middle ground thing going on. He's definitely... Like, he's not the most... You know... He's thinking about class a little too much. He's got too many class interests at large. Though he's not the worst in terms of, you know, necessarily, like, betraying or anything. But he's got too many... Too many class interests. Versus Hugo, who's also got his own interests. But is very much not willing to stick his neck out for people. Right now, I guess. Maybe he had some character development, brooding. Let's talk to you. Literally in front of... No. I, like, point to Lucas. I'm like, how are things going with you and Lucas?
They're good. Really good. Thanks. We have more in common than I realized. I'm not sure if he really does enjoy birdwatching in the Grey Forest, or if he's just indulging me. I suppose it doesn't matter much. I can tell he's having a good time. When he's content, he hums to himself under his breath.
He hums? Okay.
Yes. One time I told him. He said he didn't know he was doing it. Then he said he would try to stop. Autism! Autism! Me too! I felt terrible. I told him I really like it. I mean, I love it, but I won't mention again in case he stops. Instead, I'll just keep trying to make him happy, then I'll hear it again. If we go bird watching, I surprise him with a little flask of that fancy coffee he likes to help us on our forest walk. Okay, wait. Let me start this sentence over. This is a hard sentence. And if we go bird watching and I surprise him with a little flask of that fancy coffee he likes to help us on our forest walk, I know the humming will start up pretty soon.
Let's hope so. That's really sweet. Hey, I gotta ask you, did you hear about this?
The lad's a bit of a numpty, I'll give you that, but just between you and me, I get it. Who'd want to watch a grim affair like that? Beats me. Yeah. Not very. I'm not relishing in a tragedy. How are your brothers doing? Well, remember I said I'd invite one of my brothers to stay with me? I was gonna try and keep them out of trouble. I asked you for advice on who should come. I remember. Well, Anstrom has been staying with me for almost a month now, so this must have happened during the 3 months. So we are buddies. We're like buddies. And? The first 2 weeks were very hard. He was attending a Scotia expat social club and got into arm wrestling with the sailors and soldiers there. Challenged the local champion to a 3-set match. Anstrom won, but the soldier, a big ugly bastard called Gallus Gregory, took offense to losing face in front of his pals. You remember Anstrom was the fighter. I remember. Well, Gregory invited my brother outside so they could settle their grievances. The crowd gathered. They made quite a scene in the muddy streets outside the post office. Who won? Anstrom lost 3 teeth, broke a finger, and I think he cracked a rib too. Gregory embarrassed him. Gave my brother a proper beating he won't forget. At least he stood his ground? The daft bastard. Sorry about the language. Just like all my family, he's a big, strong lad, and he's a decent fighter, but Gregory is a trained killer. That's the difference. You can't fight a Sauron soldier and expect to win. Anstrom is tough, but Gregory smashes tough guys for fun. That's his career. Is he okay? I spent my month's salary on a decent doctor. His body is fine now, but his pride is wounded. What will he do now? Well, he avoids the Scotia social clubs now. Though Gregory holds no grudge, he probably won't even remember Anstrom. Maybe that's the hardest thing for him. Back home, he was a well-known troublemaker. Here, he's just another immigrant that's been put in his place. Is there any other way to help him? He's licking his wounds, but when he looks presentable and his finger heals, I can take him in front of some local foremen and try to get him work. Should you have asked a different brother to come? Too soon to say. He could go either way. Might pull his life together, or he might get shanked in an alley because he was too daft to back down. But what about conscription? Goddess, I hope he can avoid it. I'll do what I can to keep him out of the war, but right now I just don't know if I can save him. Time will tell. Time will tell indeed. Yeah, lots going on. Interesting. Did that get added? Or is that just... Yes, looking after his... Yeah. Interesting. I like we don't get... At least I might be misremembering and I might be forgetting it, but I'm pretty sure we didn't get that information of like, oh, I'm inviting my brother here, we're gonna do this and that, or whatever. So I think this is just establishing, you know, we definitely have connections with these people we're building. Just interesting. I like that. I liked that with K0 that we had established connections, but I really like it here. Your work seems tough. It is what it is. It keeps me busy and keeps the dark thoughts at bay. Dark thoughts? Sure, if I don't keep myself busy, I start thinking about the war and how much I miss home and the father I lost. Best to build stuff and work hard so I don't get too trapped inside my own thoughts. You want to talk about any of it? No, really. That's why I work hard. Weren't you listening? Hitting sheet metal with a mallet maybe ain't for everyone, but by the goddess, I don't know what I'd do without it. I get it. You get something that seems invincible, but then, through force and time, you just keep hammering, you shape it into something new. If my real problems were like that, well, just pass me the hammer, I'd fix the world. Very admirable. Early shift tomorrow, so I better get myself moving. Thanks for the drinks. Bye, Bjorn. Sorry I took your man. Let me check this first.
Oh. How are you, Ilya? Good. Exciting times here at the archive today. We're receiving a new shipment of international newspapers. Well, exciting by my standards, I suppose. Thanks for asking. Love you. This is my bestie. If Ilya comes into the bar, that would be crazy. I would love that, actually. I don't think so, but my internet BFF over here. Hey, can you tell me about Hugo? Hugo Mertens registered. Detective Hugo Nestor Mertens is a detective for the Bukovi police force. His investigations have been mentioned in 7 major news articles. He is not Sorin. There's a mention of a Detective Mertens of the Bru Police Constabulary in the country of Belgium. The earliest mention of Detective Mertens in Sar was from 1926. Okay, yeah, and this is like just case setting. Internal sources of the Bukovi police force have listed him as the current investigator assigned to the incident at the Maverick Opera House, where a lethal mix-up caused the death of actor Stavros Stone. Yep. I will leave these for when we actually are investigating. I'm just here to get Hugo dirt. I do have his last name, like his middle name, and I saw that was achievement, so I need to make fun of him. That's a spoiler achievement, I guess. But I'm gonna do it. Just give me the option. Give me the text, okay? I'll do it so hard. How are things with you and Bjorn? With Bjorn, things are good. With my friends, less so. What happened? That damn windbag, Fizzy Calhoun, ruined everything. Bjorn and I had our first fight because of her. What did she do? She wanted to meet this new fellow I was so smitten with. She organized one of her legendary dinner parties and told us to come dressed in our Sunday best. And when I told Bjorn, he got very worried about what clothes he should wear. I told him they didn't really care and he should just wear something smart. I was supposed to meet him on the boulevard, but I was running late. He thought I was already there, so he rushed to get there on time. He arrived at Fizzy's front door sweating, wearing a plaid shirt he bought from Timpson's that morning. A charming shirt, but not quite right for the event. Oh no. So when he was greeted at the gatehouse, his clothing and demeanor and general dishevelment meant he was mistaken by Fizzy's housekeeper as the new gardener. How did that happen? Well, the gardeners wear similar plaid shirts. I see how the mistake happened, but the problem is how Fizzy reacted. When Bjorn was instructed to go to the greenhouse and await instructions, the poor fellow was so confused he simply did as he was told. Must have been embarrassed. When I arrived, I was furious. I saw Bjorn standing out by the greenhouse in the rain while Fizzy and her damn fool cousins were sipping champagne and giggling at him. Perhaps you know me well enough by now to realize I do not lose my temper often. But this time, I called her a crooked witch and I went outside in the rain, grabbed Bjorn by the arm and told him he was too good for these people and we should go home. But you said you argued with Bjorn. We did indeed argue when we got home. He was mad at you? Yes, but not for the reasons you might expect. Bjorn said Fizzy and her friends were just having some fun and he didn't mind. Of course, he then chastised himself for being naive and dressing incorrectly. Oh, I see. Oof. I got mad and said those people were not real friends if they treated him like that. But Bjorn told me my friends were important and he had to learn how to integrate into their world so that he doesn't embarrass me. Oof. Oof. You really gotta hammer that home to him. You really gotta show him that it doesn't matter, because he is, to you, it's not something, but for everyone else, it's everything. And we are hearing that that is another consistent sort of thing building in the narratives, especially the last one, like with Wendy. I think, very clear how important, like, life or death, like, perception is. Did you figure things out?
Somewhat. I apologized, then he apologized. I'm not even sure what I'm sorry for, and I don't think he is either. Bartender, did I get this situation all wrong? I have to ask for your opinion.
On what?
Tell me, did I handle the situation badly? Is Bjorn right that I must help him fit in with my friends? Or am I right? Those aren't real friends if they treat Bjorn poorly.
Help him connect with your friends, but maybe not Fizzy. She sucks. But, like, yeah.
That is rather splitting the difference, I suppose. I could do that, I guess, but is that the worst of both worlds? Making Bjorn work to fit in and tolerating their attitudes? It's just so complicated.
I don't think you tolerate the attitudes. I think you just help him understand your world.
I'll just talk to him. Yes, I suppose you're right.
Because he wants to, he wants to understand. And you can't, like, you can't control the world beyond your friends, but your friend should be a safe space where he is able to learn those sort of things, and that will help him later. It is unfortunate he has to think about that, but I think this will help him, regardless, you know? He shouldn't have to, it shouldn't have to be a thing he's concerned about, but, you know, the point is that he has that knowledge under his tool belt now.
Business still seems to be going well for you. Good to see. The bank is dreadfully dull, so do you have any interesting topics to cheer me up?
Okay. Yeah. How's life been treating you lately?
I must say things are quite pleasant. My work is fulfilling and the company I keep has been delightful, for the most part. It's not all roses and sunshine though. Afraid to say things aren't going too well for my dear cat Martha.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I didn't mean to make it sound so dire. Paul has a nasty splinter from scratching something in the yard and it became infected. Naturally, I took her to the vet who fixed her up in no time. She's doing much better already, but for the time being she's not allowed outside.
I see.
I can't help but notice you occasionally have some orange hair stuck to your shirt. Do you own a cat as well by any chance?
Ginger ale. There's no sweeter cat than my little croissant. Ginger ale. It's so ginger ale. Little croissant is so cute. Ginger ale has been a great companion for many years now. And I did it. One orange brain cell share the name of your cat with a customer. Lucas is great. I think Lucas... I think he's one of my favorites. Yeah. I think it's just these... I love green and yellow. Well, you're blue and yellow. But the green and yellow design gets me. Like, look at you.
Aha! I knew I could recognize a fellow cat lover. They're marvelous, graceful, independent creatures, aren't they?
Has a meaty little terror.
Say, I was wondering, is your cat allowed outside or do you keep them strictly indoors?
Indoors.
A smart choice. The streets of Bakovia are no place for a pet. Fortunately, my home has a large closed-off garden, so Martha can safely enjoy the fresh air. This has been really fun to discuss. Perhaps next time we should exchange photographs?
We should. Yeah, I would love... Look, ginger ale? Ginger ale's a fucking nightmare. A little bastard boy. I just love that characterization. It's like... Real cat lovers, rise up. Do you enjoy the opera?
Not as much as you might think. A lot of my colleagues in the bank think it's wonderful, and I listen to them go on and on about it. When I try to share my interests, they are a bit judgmental, sniffy. Your interests don't excite them? No, my cultural interests include adventure novels, radio plays, even comic books, but that marks me out as a bit different, so I don't share my interests at work anymore. Oh man, autism. I feel that. It's the same with music. I like the orchestra, but I'm also partial to a jazz club. When it comes to literature, what really is the difference between literary and speculative? Is a sad tale of a middle-aged man on a downward slope of a failing marriage, losing his libido and reconciling with his drunk father, truly more worthy than some tale of escapist adventure? What kind of adventure? Oh, I don't know. A tale of pirates in peril on the high seas? A dark castle on a windy moor where the lord of a manor becomes a wolf during the full moon? A tentacled eldritch terror emerging from the floors of the ocean to terrorize a small fishing town? Nah, that sounds cool. It sounds sick as fuck. Interest, indeed. The literary world can be very snobby. What's wrong with having a little fun? Why must miserable reality be better for our soul than escapist fantasy? A writer friend once told me, never be afraid to write something people might actually enjoy. Good advice. Yeah, then I'll ask you about the opera. You hear about this? My young Durand has a way with words, doesn't he? Yes. I wouldn't call myself a fan of the performing arts either, but I've read glowing reviews of Dalliance in the papers. I suppose it just wasn't for him. For someone who doesn't like drama, he certainly gets involved in a lot of it. Yeah, I'm feeling he will be another suspect for this one. Just sort of feels inevitable. I have really lost track of time. I need to get to bed. Thanks for the drinks. I love his little mustache. Yeah, let's do a real save. Yeah, an interesting little vibe check we're getting. Yeah, I'm always thinking about like what the significance of a character being there is. Right now, I'm wondering, where is Clara? I miss you, Clara. Like, if you're not us, you should be here anyway. You! Business looks healthy, and so do you. Good to see you again. It's good to see you as well. I've kept my head low long enough. I've been taking long walks in the morning to clear my head. I saw military ships in the port this morning. You know, if we are really looking at war on the continent again, places like this will be invaluable. And if you're the only gig in town, well, I should pass on what I know if it can help, right? You're still serving drinks, so my advice from last time can't have hurt. Absolutely. I don't know if you're just telling me what I want to hear, but I'll do the smart thing. I'll take the compliment and assume you're being honest. Yeah. Here's another thing. Here's something that I'm... So, she could be the bartender from before. I'm doubting that a little bit. Oh, I don't have full sprites. I wish I had full sprites. I'm doubting that a little bit. Just because they never use gendered pronouns in chapter 0. They only use they, them. So that's where I'm doubting that a little bit. But it still could be the case, and they just wanted to, like, keep that hidden. I think there's definitely a possibility that this could be, it would be very funny if this was Hugo's ex. I don't remember if there was ever Carla art posted, but she could be Carla. I don't know. There's someone she has a connection with, some man. There's some guy she knows. So, according to herself.
So those are like my first like top of dome thoughts, you know? I don't know what else it could be. I wish we could search her in the computer, kind of get a good vibe check on who she would be. But I don't think she's like, no, who does she look like? Because her clothing has sort of like the dark natural tones of like Peter's outfit. Makes me think she's involved in like some manner of crime. Obviously the gloves too are definitely mirroring that, and like the jacket over the sleeves, over the shoulders, makes me think like she's, it doesn't read business to, I mean, I guess it's sort of business. Why do I want to think, and maybe there is Art of Carla that the Best Served Cold people posted and I just haven't seen it. Why do I think that she's that? I don't know. Probably not. I'm not sure what to make of her. You know? She's too mysterious. You need to hang out with us more. Hang out with us. Let me explore your backstory. I want to explore your backstory, girl. Me trying to flirt with women as a gay dude. Let me explore your backstory. I need to hear your characterization, girl boss. Speaking of honesty, I presume you've noticed some people talk more freely when they've had enough to drink. While this may be true for most people, there are people like myself who have a bit more mental fortitude. Not sure I follow. This place is a sanctuary, and when people feel safe, they open up. But people who need to be careful what they say or on guard, they feel themselves losing control. Some people have learned to clam up when they'd have too much drink. Fascinating. After years of working my bar, I noticed the best way to loosen these people up is rely on subtlety. The key is to get your customer nice and loose while they still feel like they're in control. Get them too drunk and they'll be aware of their inebriation, making them avoid potentially uncomfortable conversations. You want to keep the needle in the middle, so to speak. Get them just tipsy enough to believe they're still in charge. That feeling of comfort will make them open up. Okay, so we want to hit these marks. Stay within these marks, don't go too far. I'll keep that in mind. That's good info. This might be something new to this specific case. I didn't see it in the last cases. How about you show me some of that in action? I could use a drink myself. What kind of flavor do you fancy? Seems my favorite is off the menu. How about something seasonally appropriate for a chance? That be enough to work with? Show me that in action. What is seasonally appropriate? What season is it? Boom. About a drink? How about yes? Seasonally appropriate. Seasonally appropriate. What the hell does that mean? I don't know. You're so mysterious. Maybe it's a pun on the names. Mint punch, evening prayer, ambush, dry war. Nightstand, cold winter. I guess cold winter. That's, yeah. That's a season. Hey, do you like this? Yes, this is made correctly. You've been paying attention. Is a lot coming from you. That's better. You know, I don't have anyone else to share my knowledge with. By the goddess, if this prohibition never ends, maybe we could work together. Every night I dream of the kind of establishment I would open if I could. Unless things change though, a dream is what it will remain. Maybe you could help me out here? That's a decent of you to offer, but I don't feel quite brave enough to break the National Prohibition Act. Besides, this place doesn't need me. It has you. Her tired eyes scan the room as if she wants to take in the nostalgia of the old Bukovi bars. Finally, her gaze rests upon the stack in the corner.
and she lets out a soft chuckle. Huh, here I go, giving tips on getting information when you have one of those puppies sitting in the corner. You're familiar with the stack? Quite familiar. There's a public terminal at the Bakovi Library. It's incredible just how much you can learn from that thing. People, places, history. Anything ever written down can be found with it. The librarian was kind enough to let me use it for a whole hour for only 3 lei. Free to use this one if you like. No thank you, that won't be necessary. I've already spent enough time with it. I researched the Lakes of Sorrow, you see. I'm gonna go exploring soon. See some of the countryside before it's ruined by war. There's a little fly bothering me. I'll be gone for a while, but I'll try to come back when I can. This place brings back memories. It's the only place a girl can get a proper drink. I'll see you around, barkeep. Look after this place. Goodbye, Sandra. I'm noticing... Look. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. He has other drinks he likes. But I'm looking at stuff. I'm looking at everything, okay? Oh, more girl boss. We're getting girl bossed. Elena appears out of nowhere, startling you. Her eyes are piercing as always, but her demeanor is, very slightly, warmer than the last time you spoke. She almost seems eager. Good evening. There's something in the air. Do you feel it? Do you mean the murder? But something more than that. The city is abuzz with gossip and rumor. People are frightened, but invigorated. That excitement soaks into people like us. It energizes us. People like us? You think I'm like you? Those who are tuned to the spirit of the city. We are sensitive souls. Intrigue and mystery is our catalyst. So yes, the murder is where it begins, but it is just a beginning. I suspect Hugo has not asked for your help this time. I can read that boy like a book. A textbook about trains, perhaps. Anyway, I assume he wants to go this one alone. But I have a proposition. What proposition? Last time we worked together, if you want to call it work, I felt something. A spark. It felt like the old days. Something kindled inside me, and I was reborn. The fogginess of my thoughts has cleared, or was cleared. I confess I have enjoyed my retirement. I found rest and peace, but my mind was dulled through inaction. The horrible murder we investigated acted like a whetstone. My mind is sharp again, like it used to be. And so I think it is time I admitted something to myself. I need this. I need to work again. A painful defeat in my past brought on my retirement. But though the wounds of that defeat scarred me, I have healed. Why now? Bartender, I was right there in the audience when it happened. I saw the knife stab the poor man. Providence put me there. I feel I'm needed once more, and I'm certain the spark that reignited the ashes of my career started with you. Really? I need your connections, your insight, your ability to talk with strangers, and your position of trust. Allied with my guidance and knowledge, we make a potent team. I propose we get to the bottom of this tragic event and solve this newest mystery together. What about Hugo? He's my blorbo, I guess. We still need Detective Mertens. His position and authority lend us credibility and a reliable channel to report our findings. He feels he must take the weight of this case on his own shoulders alone, but I fear it is beyond his capabilities to succeed without us. We will collate our findings and then you will report to him, but only when we have examined all leads. So let us begin. I'll brief you on the facts of this case forthwith. I'm ready. I'm ready to be your assistant. I love to be your Watson. That's the spirit. Now, during the performance of the play Dalliant, written by Gail De Winter and directed by Lauren Sullivan the 4th or 6th, lead actor Stavros Stone was stabbed on stage by co-star Olivia Carmine. Stavros did not survive the wound, and Miss Carmine remains distraught over the accident. It seems something more complex than a simple accident has occurred. You see, there's a scene in the first act where Olivia's character Penelope stabs herself with a dagger. She was not harmed. The weapon that killed Stavros seemed to be the same prop dagger that malfunctioned. I find this suspicious as the prop master Reese, now fired, had a good reputation. If it was sabotaged, the fact that Olivia was harmed when she too was stabbed suggests the dagger was brought into the play later, after Act 1. It is my contention that some foul play occurred during the intermission. The suspects are those who had access to the prop table and are as follows. The leading lady, Olivia, the props manager Reese Kenreid, and a stagehand by the name of Effia DeVos. And that's them all? You're not adding Killian in there? Might as well. Let's start with these three. Talk to each. Use what you know to put them at ease. Charm them, make them drinks, joke with them, and most important of all, listen to them. Reese, Olivia, and Effia. One of them holds the truth. Let's solve this mystery together. Time to get to work, bartender. Learn what you can and report back to me. Together we'll get to the bottom of this. I'm on it. But what are you waiting for? Get busy. I love her. She's awesome. She really is. Really, really great. Let's do some little searches on the people that we know. I guess victim is good. Stavros Stone registered. Stavros Stone, please select a topic. Career. Career registered. Stavros Stone had an interest in theater during his education, practicing his skills in his school's theater club. His natural bass voice gave him a strong vocal presence, perfectly suited for opera. Playing mostly side characters during notable opera work, his real rise to fame occurred when he was scouted by producer Lauren Sullivan, the fourth or sixth, who had him audition for the male lead role in his now famous work Crossing. Stavros managed to impress the production team and was given a lead role alongside Olivia Carmine. The two leads became romantically involved sometime during early production. A couple months after the final performance of Crossing, the couple announced their breakup. While neither party disclosed any details, tabloids speculated heavily. In the context of his career, some sources noted that since then, Stavros was not given any role in any major production over the past 10 years, despite the massive success of Crossing. While purely speculation, industry veterans and those invested in the world of theater attributed this to Mr. Stone being blacklisted by producers. Although confirmation was never shared with the public, this theory is widely considered the most plausible reason for Stavros' absence in the theater. His long hiatus ended in 1928, when Lauren Sullivan, the fourth or sixth, decided to reach out to Mr. Stone to fill the lead role of Hercule in his latest and final work, Dalliance. Stavros' activities during those intervening 10 years is currently unknown. Okay. Wait. Why do you have... I was joking, but can Ilya come in here? Ilya has the UI, unless this is just like there regardless. It might be there regardless. Stavros Stone was born in 1896 at the Royal Hospital in Bukovy. He is mostly known for his brief opera career. Mr. Stone joined his theater club as part of his education. Yeah, we know this. He scouted in 1918. Yep. Probably shared. During early production of Crossing, Olivia Carmine and Stavros Stone
proudly shared in interviews that they were dating. Multiple tabloids covered the couple's public relationship. This relationship ended 5 months later. While many tabloids at the time speculated on the cause of the breakup, neither performer ever gave an official statement on the matter. Stavros Stone hasn't been credited in any other production since Crossing, and quietly disappeared from the public eye until his return, Passed away during a performance of Dalliance. His death was caused by yep. All stuff we know. I don't want to do Olivia right now. Just because that's a hard voice for me to do. It doesn't sound like it's much, but it is much for me. Hey, bestie. Good evening. What drinks do you like? Look at your list. It's finally back. Oh? The mint punch. It's the drink I like most back when the bar first opened. Slightly alcoholic, plenty sweet. I'd like one of those. I got you covered. Here's at it curiously. Care for refreshment? It's strange how much I like him now. He is literally so pathetic. Like, dude. Sopping wet pathetic little rat. And you like me. You think I'm cool. I know that. You really like it here, don't you? Like it? Why, I love this place. Ever since I lost Alina, I feel I don't quite fit in anywhere. Except maybe here. What do you think? I'm glad it feels like home. The mix of people, the drinks, the ambiance, it's just so invigorating. And the fact that my mother and my cousins, my housekeeper, and my old school teachers don't come here helps a lot too. You're avoiding the mall? That's a lot of people. As much as I can, yes. Every day I'm surrounded by 2 types of people. Those who suspect I'm a buffoon, and those who have seen enough evidence to be sure of it. At home I am labeled a layabout because I have no employment. Amongst friends, I'm either called a sad sack when I talk about Alina. They consider me heartless for not grieving enough. They expect me to don a black veil and haunt the graveyard like some ghoul. Do they prefer I pretend she never lived? I cannot win. Do not get me wrong. There are plenty of reasons I do not want to be around my friends and family. But that is not the reason I love it here. Then why? It is more than the drinks and the people. The smell of citrus and cinnamon and the jazz from the old record player. No, this place is magical. Cannot put my finger on why. It's a feeling that anything could happen here, you know, we got mostly solving murders. Yes, that's it. When I come here, it feels like this is the stage, not some silly opera. It feels like this is where the lead characters come to live out their adventures. Yep. No, yeah, they do. They really do. You tried to save Stavros? Yeah, tried being the operative word. I was never the best medical student. I wasn't even the best medical student that dropped out. But after Alina's death, I was so helpless, I just wanted to do something, you know? I tried to help and I almost made things worse. Oh, the same, I guess. Killian's shoulders slumped down. He picks out a splinter on the counter absent-mindedly. Reese probably did the right thing when they pulled me aside. I saw someone die up close, and I was once again of no help. Worse, this time I almost had his blood on my hands. I'm not being metaphorical. Goddess knows I've had enough flowery language and heavy-handed symbolism from that damned opera. I just feel useless. As the son of a doctor, I should have known better. Been better. But though I'm guilty, I'm bored with my own depression. Can you imagine anything worse? Not only am I miserable, but I'm bored with my own misery. And so I sit here and drink. And I look for distraction anywhere I can find it.
Say, did you see Reese around? I should ask them if they prefer cats or dogs. Oh man. Oh, I like this little guy. He should have been at the club. He really should have been at the club. I won't do that yet. Maybe I'll come back to it. Can you tell me about the opera? Do I absolutely have to? No. Fine, I will indulge you. Allow me to summarize the world's most self-indulgent, teeth-grindingly boring play any human has ever endured. Was it that bad? And at one point, I found a ball of lint in my jacket pocket, and I maintained my sanity by squeezing it through my fingers and imagining it was Lawrence Sullivan's head. And I did not think there would be so much singing in an opera. It was skin-crawlingly awkward. That's the point of an opera. A lot of the singing is to, like, they're pretty long if they were to just be plays. The singing is what makes them go faster. Frankly, the addition of a real-life murder was probably the only thing that could wake up some of the audience members. He's a little silly with it. I shouldn't joke, but I feel like if you can't laugh at these things with friends in an illegal speakeasy, when can you? Just give me the gist of the story. Very well. In brief, Olivia's character, I do not remember her name in the play, Paulina, perhaps, sings for about 40 minutes at the start of the performance about her horrible past, then she kills herself with a dagger. And then the story goes back in time. A flashback they call it, but I call it a headache. Anyway, we see the events leading up to her melodramatic suicide, which were miserable. She was unlucky in love, something about a horse, warm, bearable singing, then eventually we learn she killed her husband with the same dagger. So the main character dies at the start. Surely that has nothing to do with this, like, own story where the main character is gone. And murders her husband at the end. Peter beware. Peter beware. Yes, but of course the scene played out a little too authentically and Stavros is stabbed to death. But Olivia wasn't hurt at the start? When she was stabbed? No, it's strange that, wasn't it? I wonder how it all happened. Well, I'm sure Detective Mertens will figure it out, or more likely. Elena Ernest will swoop in and steal his glory. All I can be sure of is this. I will never be going to the opera again. The boring play was bad enough, but the real-life murder and the denouement, too much. I'll leave you for right now, bestie. What a silly little guy. Okay, evening? Let's get you your drink. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I have never messed one of these up yet. And by saying that, I jinx it, but I don't believe in fate. Have you ever left Zara, Vincent? Why in the world would I leave the greatest city civilization has ever built? I see your point. I'm glad we agree. It's a wonderful place. The pinnacle. Although, I confess the city has gone downhill of late. These blasted politicians seem dead set on plunging us into another war. Rusalka, Albion, Anglia, and Sangha are the worst with their aggressive foreign policy. But Tsar itself has done so much to stoke the flames of conflict. And let me be clear, my friend, I do not blame the people from these countries. The Anglians are a jovial bunch. I once spent a night drinking with Rusalkan woodsmen and I will never forget. No, there are fine people everywhere, I suppose. That's what Flora would say anyway. My late wife wanted to travel more until the illness took her. Upon retirement, we had planned to alight on a grand odyssey and explore Rusalka, Albion, Vinland, and even the colonies. Alas, fate had other plans. Now I run a bookstore which hides a speakeasy beneath. All my traveling happens in the books I read. They can take me anywhere, bartender. Which is grand because some days I feel like I need an escape. And I'm too old. Too tired to leave this country on my own. So books it is. Oof. I'll leave that. Actually, I'll ask you about this. Hear about this? I suppose we were all young and foolish once. Of course, Stone was a talented actor, and I'm sure he was fairly charming in his day as well, despite his humble background. But I'm glad Miss Carmine came to her senses and married someone of her own social standing. There's something to be said for broadening one's horizons, but in my experience, trying to unite two different worlds rarely leads to anything good. Interesting. You think about this? That certainly explains why he disappeared off my radar. I like to keep up with Saurian culture, you see. From what I recall, he was excellent in crossing, but I don't imagine it made him the kind of money where he can afford to retire early. Okay. Hey, you got Goss, bestie? I'm sad he's not a suspect again. I guess next case. We got next case. It has to be rule of threes. You hear about this? Ugh, you're telling me they used to date? I should have known. It's not enough to be merely handsome and wealthy these days. You have to be a famous, talented actor to stand a chance with a modern woman like Olivia Carmine. That explains a lot. Such as... well, the fact she completely dismissed me for one thing. I can't think of any other reason why she would have. Well, you're a little young for her, and you're also like that. Yeah, I can think of a few. Evening. How about a drink? Oh, no thanks, dear. I never drink on the job. I must keep a clear head. Okay. What do you think about Detective Mearns? I'm getting that I need dirt on this man. He wants to stand on his own 2 feet with this case, to solve it without help from you, or me for that matter. It's admirable but mistaken. He's in over his head. I can already tell this case is a complex one. Even on his best day, it would be too much for him alone. And we both know these are not his best days. He's a good detective. I believe in him more than I should. We may bicker, but I respect Hugo. I hope he finds his feet once more and realizes his initial potential. I hope for it, but I do not expect it. Investigators must be honest, most especially with themselves. I have a soft spot for the hard-working officers who see their own mediocrity and battle to overcome it. In this case, though, Hugo is essential to us. He'll be the medium, but we are the message. Our findings, your findings, will be channeled through Hugo to the Bukovi Constabulary. He will legitimize our conclusions. And in the end, Hugo will gain the kudos from his superiors. I will get the stimulation of solving another mystery. And me, what do I get? She gives you a wry smile. Hugo's gratitude. And latitude. He will tolerate your bar and even protect it when he sees how valuable it can be. And perhaps there's something I can do to help you with this Carla situation. Ooh, you know about my dad. Give me some credit, bartender. I know all about you. And if you help me, I'll help you too. As much as I can. You have my word. I trust you. I trust you because you are mean to me. And I trust women. You know, I look at women and I trust them. You know, even if Carla came in here and she was like, hey, pay off your debt, I'd be like, okay, I trust you.
What's it like working as a PI?
It's better than sitting at home reading predictable novels and knitting.
Really?
Actually, I wouldn't know. My husband is the knitter in our household, but investigating is more exciting than retirement. Tell me, why do you ask? Does this line of work appeal to you?
That sounds fun.
Truly? Do you want this life or are you just indulging me?
I like to learn from you. I'm having fun.
You flatter me, dear. Let's see how this case goes. And as we work on it together, I promise I'll teach you all I can.
I'd be the most annoying detective. Like, I am so... Elena, I will learn from you, and I will, like, make the local police boys so annoyed. They will hate to see my ass. They will see my ass running towards an investigation, and they'll hate it. You mentioned a painful defeat in your past? She visibly stiffens and takes a breath and her shoulders relax. A little.
Yes, I see you are paying attention. And you're not afraid to ask questions, even when you know they might cause upset.
I didn't mean to upset you.
You know those detective stories where the brilliant, insightful sleuth solves the unsolvable crimes and is always one step ahead of the criminals?
Sure.
Splendid. Well, in those stories, the brilliant detective eventually comes across a criminal mastermind that is their equal. A foe as cunning and as ruthless as the detective is steadfast and unwavering.
You have an enemy.
I have a nemesis. Or had. I'm not sure they would consider me an enemy anymore. I would have to be a threat. In fact, I doubt they think about me at all.
What happened?
In those heroic stories I mentioned at the end, through great sacrifice and effort, the hero outsmarts the criminal, and through the plot twists and turns, they emerge triumphant. But this is not a heroic story, bartender. This is real life, and real life does not have neat and tidy conclusions. Real life is messier, and though it can have happy endings, this is not one.
They beat you. She nods and almost smiles. You get the sense she has just accepted something for the first time.
Yes, she beat me. Easily. I was no match for her. Only by sliding into ignominy of retirement and obscurity could I save myself from my nemesis's retribution. I thought of the safety and family... Oh, shit.
I am stumbling.
I thought of the safety of family and I surrendered.
Who is she?
Pray you never learn. Pray, perhaps I will tell you more about her one day, but knowing even her name is dangerous. Let's move on to other subjects.
Could you be are you dangerous, girl? Girl, you're so mysterious. Girl?
As you know, yes.
I'll present these another time. I have plenty of time to do that. I want to start the next day and then end the episode, if that makes sense. Because I have to take a little break to rehydrate. And rest my voice a little. But right now we don't have much. Let's just sort of put this... I guess we can... It's not quite there yet, is it? Yeah. I'll just leave these all there. Ginger ale. Okay. Hugo's gonna come crawling back to us, I'm sure. Oh. Who are you? Oh, you must be the playwright. Also, who are you? You're beautiful. Like, this guy's swirly, twirly everything is pretty cool. But you, your like little like bandana matching like, gosh, the color schemes here, like these deep reds, the like kind of like yellow, brown, green, earthy tones. What is your necklace too? You look fantastic, girl. Hugo's not coming back, I guess. Not coming crawling back, but we'll talk to this strange guy with another little tie pin. Or is that a collar pin? I think that's a collar pin. No, that's a tie bar, I'm pretty sure, actually. We'll talk to this guy in the next episode. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye.